Good morning, Thistle Doers. It's Judy from Thistle Do Creations, and today I have something very special to show you. This is the swap that I received from Wanda Ford in Nova Scotia with her Easter journal and a bunch of goodies that she sent for me. So we'll do a flip through of her Easter journal at the end, so stick around. I'll just quickly show you the few goodies that she sent me. We've got some Doodle Pops cardstock stickers. Looks like little margaritas and iced teas and different fruity drinks. Those are cute. And then we've got a bunch of sponges for using with inks and stuff. Some cosmetic sponges. I'm not sure what this one is. This feels more like styrofoam, but not quite. So Wanda, tell me what that one is. Maybe it's just for making marks. Use it as a circle maker or something. And then a round blender. I just found a package of these in my craft room the other day that I didn't know I had. But now I've got another one. And then a little Ranger brand mini mister. So I guess you just put whatever you want in there, probably some mica spray or even just water. You're doing watercolors or working with the, well, not the distress inks, but the distress oxides. And then a tube of silver glitter glue, acid-free, extra fine tip. So that'll be handy when I don't feel like getting into the stinky nail polish. And then these are perfect pearls. We've got turquoise, blush, perfect pearl, and this side up, blue or pink gumball. Well, I guess it's just this side up for when you open it. So I have not seen these before. I imagine it's a mica product. And imagine you put it on with a blender or something. So I'll have to research those and see. But they are a Ranger product. It should be easy to get information on them. And something that I've been looking for is a good green ink. And Wanda pays attention in my videos, so she knew that. And when she was filling the one price, the postage box, she knew that this would be the chance to send me some bulkier items. So she sent me this peeled paint ink. And I did do a swatch of it last night. So it's a nice olivey green, medium to dark. It's not a forest green, but it's not pastel either, so that's a nice color. Definitely can use that with all the florals. And then some really cute things. This little wooden puzzle. I think I have seen these once or twice at the dollar store. It's got, yeah, the missing pieces are in the back there. So you can paint or decoupage your own picture on the front. You could do the front and the back, actually, which would make it fun. And then some little tiny paper flowers with glittery centers. And I love those little flowers for adding little touches. Excuse me. And an organza bag. Always like those too. And then some birthday and party stickers. Some llamas and some crocodiles. Crowns. Cute. I thought these big puzzle pieces were awesome. I have purchased one puzzle at a thrift store to use, and I haven't done it yet. So when I get stuff like this, it kind of prompts me to get back to some of those ideas. And this I just love. This little package of trim. It must have come like this, because you can see the shape of the bottom of the dress and everything. But why don't we do this with our trims and put them on little dressmakers forms cards? That would be so cute. Might have to see if I can find die cut for this shape and do some like that. But these are all sort of mermaid greens and purples and pinks. Mermaid colors. And some little papers that are perforated. I don't think they're glued on the back, but they're perforated like stamps. And then I would imagine you just have to glue them down. They don't seem to have that lick and stick back. the perforations kind of make you think that they will, but it didn't. But those are nice little labels. It gives me an idea for some things that I could do to make my own. Like it's script in the back and then splatters and cup rings, like in a coffee dyed. It'd be easy enough to replicate if you had a border stamp as well. So I might do something like that. It's always good to have the pre-made ones too for when you don't feel like making. And then some doilies, some multicolored. It looks like they came in the package already colored because they're kind of stuck together the way that new ones are. And they're colored very thoroughly all the way through. So I don't think she dyed them. I think she got them like this. This is a really interesting color, sort of a burnt orange coral. Really pretty. Put those in my, I have a whole drawer just for doilies. And then some feathers, some orange and brown feathers, and some brown polka dotted ones, and some pinkish red ones. So those will be fun to play with. And then some vintage postcards. We've got Stanley Bridge PEI. And they're not written on the back, but they're obviously vintage. This one has a neat scalloped edge on it. And then this one, view from the gazebo of the Valley Gardens at Cullen Gardens in Miniature Village, Whitby, Ontario. I've been there. I don't think it's still there still, but I have been there years ago. They had all kinds of tiny little miniature houses all set up like a village. Really neat place to visit. And beautiful gardens. And this one's Golden, Canada, which I don't know where or whatever that is. It's Canadian Souvenir Sales, Radium Hot Springs, BC, Canada. That sounds like a good place to visit too. I've always wanted to do a hot springs. And then some of my favorite tie-dye paper. I use this a lot for my ATCs and just, I love tie-dye. So that's Dollarama, I believe. I'll put that right with the rest of my stash of it. And then this is some paper, probably handmade paper out of a photo album or a scrapbook album from a tropical place. I have some similar paper in my stash from taking apart thrift store photo albums, usually from Mexico or Acapulco or somewhere like that. And then this might come from the same book, same size. Well, not exactly the same size. It might be from a different book, but it could be from the same sort of book. And it seems like handmade paper as well. A bit of a texture on both of those. And then these, at first I thought, well, those are kind of flimsy stencils. Like they're very bendable and pretty intricate. I thought those will never stand up to, you know, back and forth. But then I realized that they stick right down. So you take this white backing off and the stencil sticks right down as long as your paper isn't too rough. And then you do your stenciling and lift the stencil. And then I would imagine that when they get to lose their stickiness, you could just use some spray adhesive or something on the back of them. I suppose that's always an option with any stencil, is to spray some spray adhesive, let it dry so that it's just tacky enough to stay put, but not sticky enough to leave a residue and stick to the page permanently. And then some number stencils, which will be useful too. That one's a little more rigid. And these I thought were cute. I haven't seen these before. This is a Hallmark product, Stickeroni, and they're pencil wraps. So it looks like they're stickers. Doesn't really say. It must be stickers because it's Stickeroni. Anyway, it's a heart at each end of a band, and so you wrap it around your pencil, and then the two hearts stick to each other. So that's cute. And of course, we can use them for other things in junk journaling. And then some letter and number stickers, white with gold. So those might be fun to use as well. I have some part used pages of these kinds of things that I'm going to try to use up on some snippet strips. If I have just stickers, I'll use them on my snippet rolls, but if I have card ones like this, these are the thicker cardstock kind of stickers, then I would have to use them on snippet strips that don't get rolled onto spool. I kind of want to do some pretty snippet rolls that roll onto a spool. Anyway, and then there was this package of papers, and as soon as I saw this, Wanda, I recognized it because I took piano lessons for a short time when I was, I'm going to say like maybe 12 and maybe between 10 and 13. I might have taken piano lessons for a few years. And I'm sure this is one of the books we had. I'm pretty sure. Now, there wasn't a list of the songs. I would recommend some of this or recognize some of the songs, but I'm pretty sure this was the exercise book that we had, A Dozen a Day. It just looks so familiar. So that's just a cover that she's sent me, which is fine. That'll be useful if I do a personal memory journal. I'll ask my sister if she recognizes this, but I'll use it in my journal anyway, because I don't have the old original ones. And then this, I'm not sure what kind of paper this is. Obviously coffee dyed, but it looks to be out of some sort of a sketchbook. So coffee dyed, and then she's also put some color. So I'd be interested to know what you used there. This is something I'm going to do real soon. And then this might have been in the same session. I'm just curious what you're using to make those colors. It's just early April now. I'm hoping to find some Easter egg coloring kits this week or next week in the stores. And then this I thought was a really good idea. I don't have these kinds of stamps. Well, I might have one or two that I just kind of forgot that I could use them like this. But she's just taken 2 pages out of, what do you call it? I can never remember the name of those books. You know the ones. The ones that have the black and white pattern on the front. Composition notebooks. It looks like that's what these are out of. And they're the lined pages. Maybe coffee dyed or maybe just old, just by the look of it. Maybe just old or antiqued with ink. But I like the idea of just using these sort of office style stamps, and then I can cut around them and add them to different things. Very good idea. And then a couple of napkins. These ones were sort of by themselves in the pack. These beautiful butterflies on an ivory background. Really pretty colors. I love the turquoise ones and the teal leaves. So 2 of those. Backing is attached. And then some bee stickers. I love these. They were from the Great Canadian Dollar Store, which I think I've seen that store around here too, in Ontario. But yeah, I like those bee stickers. I never see good bee stickers. And then she did me some more, not fussy cuts, some more die cuts of bees. I really like these ones. They're a nice size. And then she's cut me a bunch of discs and hexagons to go with them, as well as some little bits of honeycomb. So that's a great little package. I get a lot of use out of that too. And then these are the 7 Wonders of the World. And I think she sent me these because I had something else sent to me that was 7 Wonders of the World. I think it was either a postcard or something like that. So I'll have to do a little series on that. Something. Maybe even a book. And then some dragonfly stickers. She knows what I like. That's that girl. So these are like see-through dragonfly stickers, which are an interesting idea. Just when you want a little something on top, but you don't want it to be taking away from some other focal point. And then in the same package, we decided to do a napkin swap. So these are the ones that I had picked out. So there was this beigey one with butterflies and nice olive green. That'll go well, I think. The olive green, I think, will go well with that ink. So that's pretty. And then these little boxer pups in cups. My grandmother, my granny Greer, had a dog like this when I was little, and her name was Babe. So that's why I wanted those. And life is better around the campfire. I truly believe that. And some Easter ones, cute Easter ones, and St. Patty's Day, lucky, lucky, lucky. Love all those themes. And then this immediately made me think of Hidden Paperclip, the way she presented this to me. But then I found something in her journal that is probably more what she was thinking. But I like this paper. I like both sides of it, actually. And then I have to do some of these. I've got sets of these galore, and I haven't coffee dyed any yet. And I think if I coffee dyed them, I might be more likely to use them. They're too white for me. Then some more painted book pages. I have had these, I think, from her and from other people before. And I tend to use them. I use them in my collages all the time. And so I don't really know why I don't make them myself. I need to do it. I'm doing it. And this one seems to be possibly coffee dyed as well. It's got some marks from stencils on it. Really awesome. And then some very darkly coffee dyed ledger papers out of one of those little binders, it looks like. I love the grungy. And then what was this? Oh, this was very interesting. This feels like photo paper. So Wanda, I'm really interested to know where you got these and what they're from. They don't have like the photo markings on the back, but they sure feel like a photo paper. So those are awesome patterns. I would really be interested to know what they are. And then some, I think this might have been, yeah, it was lined paper. Coffee dyeing has smeared the lines, which it does on some papers. This, yeah, these have a neat crinkly feel to them. And then coffee dyed parchment paper has a really awesome crinkly feel and look. And then just some coffee dyed book pages, which is something I don't often do. I have to do that too. And you get a package from someone else. It reminds you of some more of the things you could be doing that you aren't. Some more coffee dyed. I like the way the stencils worked on that. And then this is something that we're going to have to do soon, Kimberly, is bubble painting. Because I think when Sam gets a little older, he could even do this with us. You blow the paint through a straw and make bubbles and then set the paper into the bubbles. That'd be fun. And then a nice piece of cardstock that's coffee dyed. And I have a lot of white cardstock I need to do that with. And then these were interesting pictures from some sort of a book, I guess. America is Mine. That's an interesting background, and the poem I might be able to use somewhere. You have American Roots. A poem about miracles and kittens. Those are cute. And then that's a really pretty picture. It's going to be hard to decide which side to use on that one. And then another full color. These look like something from the 60s or 70s, the way that the paper feels. Simple Pleasures, Laverne P. Larson. So even that is gorgeous. Again, it's going to be hard to figure out which one to use, which side to use. And then that's the end of that little package. And that's a great way to send some papers that you kind of want to protect, is in something cardstock like this. So if you're taking apart books like this, I mean, we wouldn't throw away the cardstock anyway because we can collage on it and make tags, but save that kind of stuff for that kind of purpose. It's a fun way to present those papers. And I'm sure she never would have guessed that I went to that or used that book as a piano book, because we don't know each other well enough for her to know that about me. But It's funny that she sent me that one. So this is her Easter journal. I'm just going to get some of this stuff out of the way so that you can concentrate on just looking at all its beauty without so much distraction around it. Stuff just up out of the way. So we have beautiful floral cover. I'm almost wondering if it's wallpaper. It has a bit of that kind of texture to it. And then it's held together with a pretty ribbon about an inch wide. Hello Spring book plate on the front. And it looks like she wove this little basket out of raffia. Isn't that cute? And then the Easter eggs are poking out of it. And then inside you see that the cover is a file folder. You can see the score marks here in the spine. And then this is the signature that I sent her. So it looks like she's used it pretty much as I sent it. So the bunny picture was on the front. We got some napkins with these bunnies, so I used them there. She's added a little stamp up here with bunnies. And then this pretty floral paper, she's added a pocket on the back. A diagonal pocket. Pink polka dots is cute. And then just a muffin cup. Cupcake liner, I guess you'd call it. In an Easter pattern, probably from the dollar store. And then looks like a fussy cut out of maybe some scrapbook paper, because it's pretty on both sides. Oh, it might be out of like a Daphne's diary or something, because it's got little cut marks there, a little pair of scissors there. There must have been an egg that you're supposed to cut out and put on top or something. But that's really cute. I love when the little animals have little flowers in their hair. And then the facing page here, we've got a pink bag with another cupcake liner on the front of it. And then this card inside is cardstock covered with coffee dyed paper on the back. And then the front has little rainbows and pink or purple polka dots. And then I think these might have been Post-it notes. So she's used a few Post-it notes to make a little notepad, and then this little flower on the front. It reminds me too that I've got to cut out some flower shapes out of book page. And then I love the pom-pom trim. That's awesome. And then the back side of that's a pretty thick page. That was like a cardstock page. A little bunny sticker. And then the daisy paper, she's gone over top of that with some napkin. And both sides of the page, she went over it with napkin. Feels like napkin. And then this was a printable page of just pretty prints. So she left that side, and then on the back side, she's added this Easter egg paper. It feels like it's just the same weight. Thin scrapbook paper page, or maybe a little thicker. I checked to see if there was a pocket anywhere. It doesn't seem to be. It's just glued right down. And then another cupcake liner on the back of this coffee dyed paper. And this coffee dyed paper must have been mine, because I see some stuff from work on it. And then pansy paper, a little vellum pocket with some stickers and washi tape and a little collage on the corner. And then this is a really cute card. Go Somewhere New. It's a little toy horse. And just a really cute little card. I like the Rick Rack topper. Bunny. And then this page is part of the signature that I sent her. This is out of one of those photo albums that you get in Mexico or wherever. And so she's put a little bunny picture in there as if it's part of the photo album. And then some receipts in the green and white, and she's put Easter napkin over top of that, and some lace. And then the yellow, that's covering up the yellow receipts. I give her all 3 colors. So on the back side of the yellow receipts, we have an Easter bunny sticker as well, like a little faux postage stamp. And then the pink receipts, on the back side of there, we've got a little page tab, and I really like this. They're just a torn patterned paper, and then a torn bit of music, and then a bit of lace, and then a little circle. And it creates a page tab. I like that a lot. I have to make some of those. And then I loved this pink plaid paper, and the bunnies with the pink tinge are awesome. And then on the back side of that, we have another corner pocket with a lavender card. And this looks awfully familiar. I'm almost wondering if I sent you this, Wanda. There was another one further back that I thought I might have made as well. And then another pretty printable. And then I thought this might be a pocket, but this is all glued right down. I love the little wellies, little rain boots. Those are awesome. And of course, we do get rain in April. Now, I'm wondering if she did this with a stencil or if she added this page in. I don't recognize that page unless it was just a blank page that I put in there and she's decorated it up. But this little pocket up here is cute. It's like rainbow zigzag, and then we have a little, have an extra special day, little journaling card. I don't know why I found this pocket hard to get things in and out of. There are always flowers for those who want to see them. Matisse. And then a little bunny in a basket. And a little bunny, little square bunny sticker. That one's really cute. Little bunny sleeping. But I do like this page. That must be a stencil that you have, Wanda. I like that raindrop stencil. I have one that's puddles, and that would be fun too with the rain boots. Maybe I'll send it to you because I think I have doubles of it. And I like this little bit here. This seems to be a collage paper that you've glued on. And this teal ribbon is beautiful. And this page, wow, that's gorgeous. You must have had your inks out and your stencils. That's really pretty. And then another little double corner pocket. I love that paper. And we've got a really pretty tag. I always want to do this colored edging when I see it, and I always forget to when the time comes. I just reach for my vintage photo every time. But that really picks out the purple in these flowers really well. I like that a lot. And then some more Happy Easter stuff. These must have been cut out of like a Daphne's Diary or that type of book. And then this little, I love these little flower cards with the gingham backs. Another little Easter egg sticker, and this was another printable. And then I really like this idea too of the top tuck spot with the ribbon end. I never really like a top tuck spot, but that one kind of makes sense to be at the top, the shape of it. And I love this daffodils picture. Looks like it's off of some sort of a calendar book or something. Nope, notes or calendar or daytimer. And then a map page, which she hasn't done anything to, no need to. Brown parchment paper, which to me was representing chocolate in this book for chocolate Easter bunnies. But she's put a pink sticker on the front, looks like tulips, like a silhouette. And then a cake decorating page, which I just thought was interesting in pretty colors. And then always in my books, I keep a doily in the center. So she's decorated this one up with some of these book page flowers and buttons. Inked it with purple. It was already coffee dyed, I believe. And then some more stickers and a page out of a children's book with the lambs. And I really like the daisy chain for the spotted calf. I'm going to have to make you a little daisy chain that you can put in here somewhere. I've got some cute daisy stickers. And then another little Happy Easter card and some more little Easter collage in the back here. And then another green pocket. It has a little butterfly with jewels, and I love this textured lacy stuff underneath. And this card is really pretty. This feels like it might be napkin over top of book page, over top of a dollar store tag. You can really dress those up. They don't have to be so plain. And then a map page where she did add some rickrack. And this page was a printable, so she's added just a little tuck spot on the side and tucked this little rabbit on a bicycle in there. That's pretty paper. And then on the other side, another corner tuck with, I'm pretty sure I made this one. I recognize the green backing and I recognize the printables. So let me know if that is my work, Wanda. Certainly before I was signing everything. Seems like I sign almost everything nowadays. This is a cute little collage in the bottom corner. So out of a children's book, it looks like, the book page. And another rain boot. I like those. A little gingham envelope, tuck or pocket. So we have, again, a cardstock tag with, it feels like it might be napkin over top as well. Just has that texture feel. And then a little Happy Easter card. It's the same on both sides, but it's little duck and bunny and other critters in the background. So this was a very plain paper, and it got that really slick feel. I wasn't sure what kind of paper it is, but she seems to have been able to get stuff to stick to it, and I did too in my journal. So I like that plaid, very colorful. And then the colored ink makes it even pop more. And then this is an altered plain card with a bunny in a hat, like a magic bunny. And then this feels like napkin as well, with a little sticker on top. And this is really pretty. That must be a stencil that you have, using your inks again. When this is a paper that had like an embossing in it. I can't read what it said, but very old paper. And then this pretty bag here is like a iridescent plastic bag, so she's got that to stick down. And then this is what I saw that made me think that's what she was intending for this, the other card that she sent me. It was just a little notepad with a flip. I suppose you could also use that like over a page too. You could put it around the top of a page as well as tucking it inside. And then another corner tuck here with this pretty paper behind, and then this beautiful, I'm not sure what kind of flower that would be, but see how it's got the really purple glittery centers and then the little bee and ladybug. And then on the back side, she's got purple painted book page. So it really relates back to the purple centers. I love little details like that. And then a page out of a children's book, a little snippet of one, more of that pink plaid. And I just love this trim. This trim is gorgeous. Organza and sparkly, and then like gathered up every 1/2 to 5/8 of an inch. Really cute. And there's the other pink and the yellow. And then just a plain old seed packet. Could be vintage, but it's not ancient. I recognize that brand name and the price. It's not that old. But the Happy Easter die cut in front of it just changes it so much. You don't need to do much sometimes just to make it special. And here's another one of those cards with the flip up, so you can have your writing on there, but it can be a little hidden. Something to discover. And then there's another page from that photo album. She's added some burlap and another little page strip tab. And then a bunny sticker in the photo part. And this is a cute one. Mom and Dad and baby bunny. Another little collage, a couple little mice sharing a tulip. And these must be die cuts. These are cute, the bunnies with the X's on their bums. And it looks like it's a 2-layer die cut. And then this envelope pocket that goes to the side. And inside there, she's got just a little folded up piece of paper. It looks like it has a very faint spring print on it. There is a bunny, I think. It's hard for me to see it. And then a bunny sticker down in the corner. So that fits in the envelope. And that's attached onto a coffee dyed page. And then a bird down in the corner here with an egg. It's got a bug in its mouth. And this is cute paper too, the little polka dots and Easter baskets. And this looks like a picture out of a children's book and just backed onto coffee dyed paper, so it keeps it nice and thin, has a neat feel to it. I guess it's that vintage feel. And this I really liked, this little card with the yarn on it, I thought was really cute. It's a great way if you were to buy a multi-pack at the dollar store of yarn or twine or anything like that, to put it onto cards like this to share. Because really we don't need yards and yards of any one thing. We could share it with our mail buddies. And then some more of those little cards. So I really like that idea. Kind of takes after this idea. And then another corner tuck with this really cute little card. Looks like they're picking blueberries. And it's herb baked rice recipe on the back. I don't think they're picking rice. I would definitely say that they're picking blueberries. But anyway, it's actually an old card that someone sent. Dear Connie, you can't imagine how much I appreciated the cake and card in late December. Your thoughtfulness will be remembered. Sincerely, Dawn. It's very cool to include vintage things like that. And then purple seam binding, it looks like, going up the side. And this Happy Easter with this girl with the basket. And another corner tuck, corner pocket. I really like these little tags with the gingham on the back. And then the Happy Easter, Easter egg hunt. And I just love this girl blowing bubbles. And she seems to be off of some sort of a product. There's a tag on the back here. This card contains 75% recycled material, so I don't know. But she's cute. I love her. I love blowing bubbles and blowing dandelion thingies. And so she's done some stenciling in this oval. Very soft, pretty stenciling. Another bunny sticker, and then our other bunny napkin. And then a paper bag tuck spot here, which is really rough, which is kind of cool. So just a rough torn edge, and then fold it up to make another little tuck spot here for this little bunny. And it looks like, again, that he's cut out of scrapbook paper or something like that. And again, there's little scissors there, so you must be supposed to cut that out. And then this tag, or journaling card, looks to be made on that handmade paper with that texture, and then napkin or book page, and then napkin, and then book page, and then a big sticker or die cut. So that's really cool. That gives me some ideas too. Just the way that you layered up that book page and the extra sticker on top of the background. I don't usually do it like that, so I'm going to have to try it like that. I love getting ideas from people. So that is Wanda Ford's Spring Easter Journal for 2025. And so she sent it to me. I sent mine with the same signature to her. And I don't know if she's got hers yet, so I'm going to wait until I hear from her that she's got it before I start posting the videos. I think I'm going to go ahead and start posting my Easter videos where I make my journal, because I've got enough videos to get me through to Easter if I post one every day. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started. But I'll wait until I have Wanda's permission to post this video. But I wanted it for myself because I'm sending this video or this journal back to Wanda, not the goodies. I'll send her new goodies with her journal when I send it back. But that was how our plan evolved over the year. And we decided that we would send them to each other, but not as a trade, just as a chance to see each other's work and hold it and enjoy it. And then she had done some things in here that were special to her, so she wanted her journal back. So I agreed, yeah, we'll just send them back. It'll give us a chance to do 2 swaps. So I'm going to start gathering up things to send this back with. And so Wanda, if you think of anything else that you got to have from me, just let me know and I'll add it to the package. So thank you for watching all the way to the end if you did, and I hope you enjoyed seeing Wanda's journal. I certainly am enjoying it, and I'm going to keep it in its plastic bag to protect it until I send it back to her. But I'm going to enjoy it a few more times, look through it. And I might even make her some ephemera for it, but I won't do anything that goes in permanently until she decides to put it in. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.